Guys and girls, we are moving straight on with the paintwork T5 transporter build series. It's time to paint. It's ready to paint. Let's get into it. Yeah. So we are literally moving straight on from the last video. If you're an avid watcher or subscriber, you'll tell I haven't even moved the van from the last shot. I've ended one video, started another. Hope that's all right. It's just easy. But we're taping it up, we're painting it, we're cleaning it. We're cleaning the living snot out of it. When doing paintwork, always clean it and clean it. And if you think you ain't cleaned it enough, clean it. I have already taped the other side up. I'm gonna give you a few little pointers on taping stuff up. I'm no expert, but I know how to get it done. It just takes me a little longer than an expert. But I know where I want tape and where I want paint. So I'll show you what I know, and we'll get it in the booth. In the last video, we wet it up. We saw the side is nice and straight. We're happy with how it looks. I have got a couple of little pinholes, 1, 2, 3, to fill in. We'll do them in the booth. I'm gonna do them now, and then I will tickle them off when we're in the booth ready to paint. Let's finish wiping the same area 3 times to take the intro, and let's have a better look. We're precariously parked in the booth. I do need to shuffle it back, shuffle it forwards, and this side is all clean. Oh, and the heater's firing up. That fired up quick. Happy days. You can dry the motor out before I put it in the booth. It's all ready for paint. Everywhere's scotched, everywhere's rubbed down. I just need to do a bit of taping, a bit of final detailing, and we're ready. Let me show you around the other side. The back's looking sweet. I have got some paper in the tailgate shut. On the live video, we put some silver paint in the tailgate shut to save having to open it and close it on today when we have to paint it. It's just easier to do it that way. We don't want any overspray, so I have papered up in there. I've already done the wheel arch, and I've kept stripping to a minimum. There's a guy that comes and works Saturdays here, and he says to me, "Dobson," he's Polish, I'm not very good at it. He sounds like Count Dracula or Arnold Schwarzenegger. "Hey Dobson, why don't you strip all those bits out?" Hopefully that's not racist, I'm just not very good. I fitted them in, I left them in, and I've taped them up. I'm happy. I taped the ones up on the caddy. There's no overspray. I scotched around them. I don't see any point in stripping them out, because it then makes a lot more effort when you're putting it back together, especially all the lock assembly. The doors that have come off are going back on, and they were hung nicely. I don't want to start messing around with catches and hinges and stuff like that, so I leave as much on as possible. That way when you're fitting it back up, it's nowhere near as bad. We've got back taping here, there and everywhere. We don't want dust to blow in or blow out, so we've taped it in the same way it was taped in the factory. Bit of back taping going on. What is back taping or back masking? Well, if I crouch down, back masking, we've literally got masking tape stuck to the back of this trim all the way round, and then the paper can stick to it. And back masking is very handy, and you can use it almost everywhere. Very nice. I have taped up the runner because there's grease and stuff in there. I did clean it out, and anywhere that you've got a big hole, I've stuffed some paper because I don't want air blowing in, dust blowing out. I just want to keep it as clean as possible. Minimal stripping, and I believe we're ready. I do need to do the other side. I might throw a time lapse on the go, I might not. Let me show you the front here. I've also got some paper stuffed up in there. I've covered the edge of the bonnet because we need to tape up the windscreen, tape up the roof. Enough chit chat, let's get it in the booth. Huh? fair few hours has passed. I have been taping this up for about 4 hours, 5 hours. I have spent what seems forever getting it done, but it is done nicely. I did spend a while back masking, getting everything as nice. Oh, she's popped open, is what it is, we're going for it. It's as good as it can be. I've cleaned it 3 times, maybe 4 times. Everything's all taped nicely. Looking good. We've got tape in there, we've papered in there because we got fresh paint in the live last night. We don't want any overspray in there. We are literally ready to go. I didn't take the rail off, taped it up. Is what it is. Let me lift you up. Roof's all covered. Don't want any overspray over that. That took a while to paint. Same with the sliding door or the entry. All nice and tight paper. Everything's taped up as good as I can do it. As I say, I'm no pro, so it takes me a bit longer. We've got extra stuff stuffed in there, so no overspray. Bit of bagging over the roof, up the windscreen, very nice. Let's go mix some paint up. Right, mixing cup. We have got Indian Grey, which is a VW colour, LR7H, Lima Romeo 7 Hotel. It is a good drop of paint actually. It is quite thick. Last time I used some of this stuff, Foxy, the other Nathan, he told me to mix it under 50-50 obviously, because that'd be too thin, but close. So I've put 300ml of paint and I'm going to put 200ml of thinners, and then I'm going to give it a stir in. You can tell once you've done it a bit, you can tell what thickness you need just by stirring it. Again, it takes practice. Many hours of hard work to get to this point, so I'm apprehensive to get some paint on. Let me just get a tap rag. I have cleaned it. It's been cleaned about 4 or 5 times, but you can never clean enough. Let's, I'm going to fire the booth up and I'm going to get a coat on there. It's not going to be a heavy coat, it's going to be a bit of a gripper coat. But I won't do any chit chat, I'm just going to get on with it. Let's have a butcher's. We've had the booth on for 10 minutes. The grey has gone dry. Gone dry, the grey has dried, and it's nice. It's very nice. The camera isn't very good, unfortunately. I'm on my phone because the GoPro is dead. GoPro's always dead. Epoxy batteries. It's even worse in the winter. I'm going to get a little power pack for it. Back's nice, happy with that. Again, with the quarter, very nice. And obviously the colour runs along the sill. Yeah, happy days. I have wiped it with a cloth. I've wiped all around the above or surrounding panels with my cloth, and that is to get any overspray. I'm now going to go around it with a tack cloth to get the worst off. And before I rubbed it with the cloth, this was very rough because this is all overspray. Can we see it? That's fine. That is smooth enough to then go over with the silver. I need to spend a bit of time now taping up all this grey. Bit of a pain in the backside, but I now need to cover all this grey to put the silver on. Let's carry on with the time lapse. Oh yeah. Holy smithereens, that was stressful. First of all, I started to tape up on the wrong line. I want the silver to ever so slightly come underneath. That way the whole face is silver, this one. Fine line tape, we don't want any bleed through. Don't mind a bit of bleed through along the bottom, it will be fine. I've literally run along that about 5 times. If there's ever a time I don't want my tape to fail or my masking up, it's now, because if any of that silver gets on this grey, I'm in for a long night. But I've done my best, and that's all you can do. Let's have a look at the tailgate. That was a bit of a wiggle. There's the swage line. Remember guys, I asked you months ago whether I should come down. Well, I've come down. And I've taped it up. So under there where the lights are, they're still grey. And then all taped, edged, same again. Let's get some silver out. I'm going to silver over it, and if it looks a bit funny I'll tickle it then, but I believe I can paint straight over that. We're going to find out. The Iwata spray gun 400, it lays the base coat out so fine. Really impressed. I'm going to give it one more tack cloth. Let's get the silver on, because it's getting late and I've still got to peel that off and lacquer the old thing, yeah? And I'm a tall geezer. So I might have to use the hop up to get right over the top, which makes it even more pain in the arse. Enough chit chat, let's go. Oh yeah. So dug the GoPro out, phone's low on battery, no microphone, so hopefully the sound's okay. GoPro batteries are absolutely crap. Just giving it one last wipe over to get any dust off before lacquering. I'll give it a tack cloth as well. Really happy with how it's looking so far. It's looking good. I'm not going to go too heavy with the lacquer in the middle because windows are going there, and I haven't got loads of lacquer. like a novice. I've got everything else apart from lacquer, but I've got enough. But I'm not going to put loads on the window panels. I'll put a coat on them last. I want to make sure everything that needs to be coated is shiny. Absolute amateur hour. But the show must go on. It is looking good. It's 11 o'clock at night. 15-hour day so far. 14-hour day. I don't know. It's been a day. It's actually 2 days later. We put a lot of late nights, a lot of effort into getting it ready. It's all painted, everything's all stacked, and I'm happy with how it came out. I really am. If we have a little butchers around it, it's a bit dusty now, but it's shiny. Shiny where we need it to be. Remember, there's not loads of paint in the window orifices. Looking good. Let's have a little walk and have a look at the sill. Bit of a squeeze down here. I did let the grey run just inside. That way you're not going to see any silver when the doors are shut. Yeah, looking real nice. Rubber's taped up nicely. Some people might say, well, you should have took the rubbers off. Happy with how they've come out. Yeah, looking good. Doors are looking good too. Let me stand back a bit. Bit dusty now. They have been sitting for a couple of days. We're going to fit it up tonight in a live video. Looking shiny, looking sweet. And if we give a little pan, let's have a look round both sides. It is patchy in the windowsill parts. We know that. We're going to put some windows in it, and I didn't have loads of lacquer. If we look down it, swage line's nice. It'd be nice to have it outside, but there's about 10 motors in the way. Let's have a look from here. Patchy, take no notice. And if we get down low, shiny enough. Yeah, really good. Bit poor footage and a bit grainy in the dark here, but you get the idea. We're happy. It is looking shiny. Yeah, it's come together really nice actually. I'm really happy. When I was peeling the tape off, I'm super pumped. All the late nights, all the extra hours has really paid off. And I did mention in one of the videos that I wanted to have it painted and all back together by the end of the month. Well, it's only like the 15th or 16th, so I'm actually ahead of schedule, which is good. I do have a little bit hanging off. Got the smallest run in the lacquer, only on the corner here, and there's a tiny bit on the side there. But we can blade them off, block them out, polish them. It's no bother at all. And if we look at where the silver met, where we taped these up and painted them in the live, bit of soft tape in there, you can't tell at all. Really happy with that. If anyone's wondering on materials, I ordered 1.5 litres of silver and 1.5 litres of grey. It would have been nice to have a little bit more silver. So in total, I've used, and I do still have quite a bit of the grey left, 3 litres, 1.5 litres of each. You could just about do it. If you was doing it in one colour, 3 litres would be more than enough. And then I ordered a 5 litre lacquer kit, more than enough. It's 20 quid a litre of paint, 80 quid for a decent tub of lacquer, and that is enough to do a whole respray on a T5. If you're doing a car, it's probably going to be less, but you get to know how much you need over time. Slight interruption there. One of Nathan's customers turned up, walked straight past mid-flight, but anyway, we need to wrap this one up. I'm happy with how the paint come out. It took a lot of effort, quite a few late nights, but we got there in the end. I am going to do a fit up in a live video, which will be probably after this one, Friday 8 PM. If you don't see the live, next video we're going to be fitting it up. I'll take it outside, we'll have a better look around it, see what's going on. A few areas need a polish, but we're happy. It's gone down well. The effort has paid off. Really happy. If you enjoyed the video, click the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.